So let's actually look at when you might actually qualify for the innocent spouse relief. Okay? So basically, the key part is not every disagreement or, surprise tax bills, qualify for this. It's not that, oh, I don't want to pay this. I don't want to pay for the penalties and tax bill, and then you know what? I will justify that because you know what? I'm qualified. Maybe not. Okay, because IRS specify what is counted, what cannot count as the innocent spouse really carefully. So here's the thing: when you might qualify. The first is your spouse. There was a understatement of tax due to your spouse, unreported income or forced deduction. Yeah, I know it's just a lot. All right. So let me just explain this in simple English. So basically, your spouse understated income. Okay. So basically, the income should be this, and your spouse report this. So understated income or claim forced deduction. So basically, you shouldn't get this much deduction. You should get only this, and you got deduction like this. Okay, basically just two scenarios, and you have to. You didn't know all this, so that's the reason why the innocent comes in. You're innocent. You didn't know this. Let me just give you a scenario. So, for example, happily married couple, right? And your spouse, say, someone Alex, okay? So just say this Alex ran a small business, right? And you know what? One day he makes some, I don't know, maybe $30,000 of sale, right? And didn't report it, okay? Didn't report it. So that's qualified for the understated income, okay? Because that sales is considered the income, and you not report it, okay? And you know what? You trust them to handle all the taxes because, come on, it's a, for example, some online business that you don't understand, and you know what? It's like you're married, so you trust them to handle all the tax affairs, and you know what? You sign the joint return, and then, yeah, everything seems fine, right? But you know what? Maybe 2 years later, okay, and IRS issue audit. Okay, and that 2 years latest audit will result in you and your spouse on, I don't know, unpaid tax and penalties of the thousands. Okay, so under this specific scenario, you can apply for the innocent spouse relief because let's just rewind that and think about first there's an understatement of income. There was an understatement of income due to your spouse unreported income or forced deduction, right? Understated income coming from your spouse Alex, not from you, okay? Because it's his online business, right? It's not by you. It's the understatement of income, right? The first thing. The second thing that you had no actual knowledge of that unreported income because, come on, Alex run everything himself. It's not like telling you anything. Okay, so you have no actual knowledge. That's the second part. And of course, the third part, also very important, you didn't benefit from it. Okay, so for example, you didn't see that money in your joint account. Okay, you do not, for example, you and Alex had a joint account, and there were 30,000 get inside the account, and then you two happily use that money to have a vacation in Hawaii, right? That's clearly that you know that, right? If you did not benefit from it, you didn't see that money in your joint account, and you did not spend that money, okay? That's three criteria, okay? The understatement of income comes from Alice, not from you, and you have no actual knowledge, and you didn't benefit from it, okay? That comes to go all the way to Alex's account, and then you know what? Maybe he spent on the club or something, right? Some golf club, right? So you have no knowledge, okay? So basically, you can file that, and the typical outcome will be something like this. So IRS will review this, and it's like your claim because it may not be true. Come on, IRS handle tons of things, especially during nowadays like a government shutdown and understaffed and all that. All right, so basically you file that as a claim, and IRS will review your claim, and they have to come to conclusions like say, hey, I agree that you didn't know, and you know what? They will remove your name from that portion of the tax debt, okay? Because you are the innocent spouse. Okay, that's the typical outcome if you do things correctly. All right, so that is a typical case when you might qualify.